Kevin here from Wholefleet Diagnostics. This video we are going to introduce you to the GRP, Garage Resource Planner, of the Jaltest software. The GRP is a powerful management tool for your service records, your customers, or your fleet vehicles. This is where all of our previous service records will be held in the form of diagnostic reports, which allows us to go back and look at previous diagnostics, fault codes that were troubleshot previously. We can save maintenance reports in there as well. So the GRP, we're going to get into it, just an introductory of how to access it, and then how to navigate, just basically navigate the GRP side of the Jaltest software. So we're not going to get too into it. There's lots of expansion that you can do of the Jaltest GRP, and we'll get into those in later videos. We'll teach you how to activate the synchro module, what the synchro module does. We'll talk about the enterprise activation as well, and what the advantages of that are. But let's get into just the basics of the GRP, how to access it, and kind of what fundamentally it's going to be useful for as a current Jaltest user. So this is our home screen. Some of you who are using Jaltest already, you might recall after you've disconnected from something and you hit that home button up here at the top of the software, it's going to say a diagnostic report has been created. Would you like to save that diagnostic report? And hopefully you're hitting yes, because that's going to hold a record of that troubleshooting or that diagnostic or connection, really anything that we've done during that connection, the fault codes that are in there, the tests that we ran, the data that we monitored. It's all going to show up in that diagnostic report. So once you've saved that diagnostic report, you've got an opportunity to go and look at it through our GRP module. So the GRP module can be accessed by clicking the GRP button in the top left corner of the software, and you'll notice that another program kind of launches. This is kind of like an independent program to the Jaltest diagnostic software, and I'm just going to show you quickly where you go to access those diagnostic reports, what a diagnostic report looks like, and kind of the different functionalities through here. So you can see here along the left hand side, very similar to the diagnostic side of the software. We've got our menu on the left hand side here. We've got a customer list, so we can go through and create a customer. We can associate vehicles with that customer, and this gives us the opportunity, if we did do that, actually to look at the vehicles that this customer owns, and then zoom in on those vehicles and look at the previous service records that we have on those individual vehicles as well. Okay, so your customer information, it's kind of like a customer relationship management software built in to your service record keeping. So if you don't already have a system like this in place, this is just an added bonus with the Jaltest software. So if you're an independent repair guy, a mobile repair tech, he's just getting started, you don't need to go and look for additional shop management software. We've got it all kind of built into the Jaltest software here. So you can see here I've got Joe Montana as a customer. If I go under vehicles and vessels, this is just a list of all the vehicles that I have saved in the system, saved in this GRP. We've got diagnostic reports that go beyond just the ones that are saved, but we'll get to that in a second. But you can see here the model, the license plate number, the VIN, and then the customer name. This is all stuff that I have to input when I save this vehicle initially, and then I can associate it with an individual customer. And I can look at, zoom in and look at what diagnostic reports are available for just that individual vehicle. Now, if you're not managing your customers, you're not putting in vehicles, at the very least, you will have, if you've been saving them, you will have diagnostic reports listed here. So under reports, you're going to see I've got a list of all the different vehicles that I have hooked up to, and then I've got the ability here to see the diagnostic report for each of those. So in this case, the MT900 series, if I click on that eyeball there, it's going to bring up this diagnostic report. Now this diagnostic report will show us what we found when we were connected. So here's a bit of a bad example. That's just a demo unit here, but let's try this Kenworth. Might get a little bit of a better a view here. Yeah, so this is also a simulator. Again, this is my trial unit here. But you can see here we've got when we did the scan, we've detected all the following systems. We've got information about the vehicle, and then we should have a breakdown of the system scan results. So you can see I've got active and inactive fault codes, the number of each listed here for each individual module. And then it goes further to actually lay out under each one of those modules what were the fault codes, okay, and how many instances of these fault codes were they, what's the priority, the fault code number, all that is in here. So it's kind of nice that I have this record of fault codes that were found when I scanned. Anything else I do while I'm connected is going to show up in here as well. So if I went and did a regeneration, for example, it is going to show up with a graph of the regen temperatures and the duration of the regen and other valuable information, and that's going to be added to this diagnostic report here. We can also customize the information that we have up here for our business. So I could put in Wholefleet diagnostics, the contact information, the logo, all that. So you can kind of customize that, and we'll show you where to go and how to do that in a following video. But it's really nice when you can customize and have your company logo here and your name and your contact information, kind of just to make it a little more professional looking. And if you were to print this off, it would be a nice value add for a customer. So if you have if you want to show the customer what you found when you scan, it's kind of like a vehicle audit. It's going to add some value to your service process, value to your customer service. So there's your diagnostic reports. You've also got here maintenance reports. I don't have any in this particular module, but you can also save maintenance reports. So if you're just doing an oil change, or you're doing like a 10,000 mile service, something like that, this would be a record of all the things that you checked and what you found during that inspection. Okay, so you can save your maintenance reports in here as well. And that's the fundamentals of the GRP. So right out of the box, when you fire up this GRP, you're at the very least, you're going to be able to create customers. You're going to be able to add vehicles and vessels, and then you're also going to be able to save those diagnostic reports in here. And that's the bare minimum fundamentals of the GRP software. We are going to in future videos show you guys the GRP Synchro, GRP Enterprise. We're going to show you how to configure this module in order to customize it, customize what shows up on reports, customize your company information for the top section of the reports, all that stuff. So we'll break it down even further. We'll even go into human resources. We can assign logins for the Jaltest software so that when those reports are created, we've got a technician name attached to it. We can assign a foreman, a supervisor, a technician, a receptionist, all that stuff. So you can kind of manage your whole workflow through the shop with this GRP, and it's kind of a nice added bonus that it's included in the Jaltest software. So you have it right out of the box. If you're not using it, definitely take advantage of it. It's definitely a time saver in terms of manual entry. We've got all the information in there. We can kind of just keep it within the software. It automatically gets added to your customer relationship management software in the GRP. You don't need to go to a different program in order to keep records of this stuff. So this is just a quick introduction to the GRP module. If you're not using it in your current Jaltest software, definitely an added bonus, and just another highlight of the Jaltest software capability. If you have any questions about this, or you'd like to see any specific functions of this GRP, please leave a comment below. Make sure you subscribe, and we look forward to adding more videos on the GRP very shortly.